I want to end here just with how can the Utah Fund of Funds help me? Why are we here for entrepreneurs and what can we do? So one of the number one things that we can do is consulting. We'll consult with you on your ability to access VC investment, attractiveness of your product, and readiness of your fundraising materials. Come in and give us your pitch. Let us see what you're up to, and we can give you a realistic view about your probability and readiness for approaching VCs. If we do think you're ready, then we can provide you introductions. Through our extensive network, we can provide a warm introduction to the top VCs around the country. You're never going to get into a VC by cold calling them. It just does not happen. We're actually investors in these funds, and so they listen to what we have to say. So I can make that call, I can send that email, and get you in front of these people. Not only the 29 that we're invested in, but the hundreds of others that come through our office that are looking for our money and definitely are responsive to what we have to say. That's definitely a value that we can add to Utah's entrepreneurs. Opening up doors that you may not be able to open yourself or you probably didn't even know existed out there. We'll help you identify these folks. And so that's one thing. One of the phenomena that we've noticed, though, is that most entrepreneurs or some entrepreneurs do not do their part. They come into our office, I think what they're doing is really cool. I call up my buddy at XYZ Fund and say, hey, I think you should take a look at this. And then the entrepreneur kind of disappears. So what do you need to do to really leverage the help that the Utah Fund of Funds can provide? Number one is be aggressive. Weekly phone calls to a VC to follow up are necessary and appropriate. I would say, even, in the early stage, probably even more than that, maybe every 2 or 3 days. Call these people. Let them know that this introduction is important to you, and you just can't wait to pitch them on your idea. Be willing to bootstrap the company any way that you can. Claw and scratch and find this money any way that you can. Going out and getting venture capital right off the bat is many times not the right answer. Show some initiative and creativity in trying to finance this business as long as you can. That's for your own benefit as well, right? Increase the valuation of this business while you still own 100% of it. Be realistic about the timing. This process takes a minimum of 6 months. 6 months is fast to get venture capital. It can last 2 years or more. We've seen it last much longer than that sometimes. So if you're looking to raise capital now, too late. You need to begin. That's why fundraising is an ongoing process. It takes a while to get these deals done. Be flexible. Be willing to incorporate outside feedback that may improve your company. That doesn't mean you're going to accept all feedback. But if a venture capitalist gives you some feedback, really think about it. Remember that these people are seeing deals every day and that they probably have a better insight into the overall marketplace than you do in certain circumstances because you're head down thinking about your company. So those are just some brief suggestions that we have after all of hundreds of companies that we've met with and seeing many successes and many failures as to how to improve your chances of raising venture capital and what it really means. I believe that concludes the presentation part of this meeting. I'd be happy to take any questions that you have. Otherwise, we'll grab some lunch. Does anybody have any questions? Well, obviously, it's very exhaustive in covering everything. Yes?
I got here a little bit late, so I may have missed that piece, but when you indicate that you can introduce us to these other VC funds, et cetera, what is our cost and what do you get out of it?
Oh, very good question. We're a free source. We're essentially backed by the government of Utah, so we're here to help Utah. We've never charged anybody anything. And what do we get out of it is, this is what we're here to do. This is our job. We invest in venture capitalists outside of the state of Utah and help them identify opportunities to invest here in our state. So essentially what we get out of it is we get a job. This is our job, is to match make between the investments that we make and Utah businesses, essentially trying to drive venture capital investment in the state of Utah. So cost to you is nothing besides time.